All right, Friday morning commute. Oh, look at these birds up here. You see all these pigeons on the lamppost. It's cool. There you can see it. Oh, and an old pair of sneakers. I don't know if you can see up there. I guess there. I don't know if that does it. All right, so stuff to discuss. A couple things. Critical Mass is tonight, or this evening. I think like 6 or 7 p.m. Critical Mass is a bike ride where cyclists take over the streets. Whose streets? Our streets. And the last time I went was months ago, like in the summer. I haven't gone since. Just haven't had a chance. Didn't line up. But it's I think it's the last Friday of every month. Meeting point is Union Square North, I believe. And it's pretty cool, you know. Maybe 100, maybe more, maybe hundreds of cyclists will come out. All kinds of, you know, all for many reasons, right? Some are messengers, some are advocates, some just want to enjoy the kind of space. And you basically ride through streets, and you basically take over the whole width of the street and kind of maybe the length of it. And what a lot of the ones who are sort of coordinating are actively sort of blocking intersections to allow all the cyclists to go through without any cars, any drivers like getting in the way. And you would think that would cause a lot of conflict and, you know, and hostility, whatever, but believe it or not, like when I watch like how drivers responded, they were like, yeah, this is great, go for it, you know. And they for the most part seem to support it, especially like taxi drivers and stuff. They're like, yeah, go on. So that's really cool. That's tonight. I'm not sure, I think I'll be able to make it. Let's see, other sad news. First cyclist of the year, first cyclist death of the year in Williamsburg. And this video of this awful crash. Basically, I mean, it's just awful. This box truck driver made a like super aggressive U-turn. So there's a two-lane street or two-way street, and this cyclist just got smashed in the, you know, the box truck, you know, made a U-turn and just sort of T-boned the cyclist, and literally, I mean, like kept driving. You see the video, it's such an aggressive U-turn. You're like, it just like looks like he intentionally hit this person. It looks like he intentionally wanted to hit the car that was like parked, that he hit, that was like parked, and he barely completed his U-turn, and, you know, ran over somebody and like hit a parked car. You know what I mean? Like one of these kind of out of control situations. And you look at that and you're like, this guy should be in jail. This is literally murder. I mean, this video, and you see this and you're like, no, that's not like a oopsie, I made a U-turn, I was really careful, I know I wasn't supposed to, I know that's sort of illegal, but you know, it's like, no, this is the kind of move that should put you in jail for murder. So that's the first news of the day. It's pretty awful. Let's see what this person is gonna do. I don't know. Here we go over here. Thank you. Yep. Speed on through. So that we all hit traffic. This guy just honked at me. 3K 61, I think, so that he could aggressively speed through and make a turn in a manner that he would have been able to anyway, at a more casual pace. So yeah, so that's super awful. This cyclist, first cyclist death of the year, just always miserable. And it's you know, a constant reminder that nothing, you know, we make progress, but vision zero means zero, right? Zero fatalities. So so that's one thing. Let's see. Let's see if I can get around here. I feel like weaving through these cars is like when I was a kid, we had to take a bike test in elementary school. I think I was like 7 or 8, and they had a little like test because you had to earn like a sticker that you could put on your bike to allow you as like a, you know, a 7-year-old, 8-year-old to bike to school. I mean, thinking about this now, it's kind of like, I don't know if this is still a thing or whatever, but in order to bike to school, you needed like a little like, you know, yeah, this is ridiculous. What are we doing? Great, nobody's in there. Hey, buddy. This is a bike lane. You're literally in the bike lane. Can you move? Can you move it? Can you move it? You can't move it? Great, cool. 45146 MK. Ah, these MFers. I'll tell you what bothers me the most is that you pit cyclists as like policemen, you know? And it's really bad, right? Like, I don't want to confront anybody. I mean, that really fucking irritates me because, like, look at this shit. We have 3 blocks of like decent elevated bike infrastructure. On one block, you've got this whatever security, whatever, you know, armored truck that just said, screw this, I'm gonna stick my wheels entirely on the bike lane. You got cops here that ignore that, don't enforce it. Then you got these 2 blocks where clearly the cops aren't gonna enforce the one back there because they stuck their shit in these 2 protected bike lane blocks. So they obviously don't give rats behind that this stuff pushes cyclists into traffic. Like this crap right here, this thing, it literally gives you 6 inches of space. I gotta deal with these idiots. God damn it. And that's the thing that I think is so irritating, is like you need somebody whose job is to actually like enforce this stuff so that you don't pit cyclists against everybody, you know? And you don't have like, oh yeah, so the other news is that the NYPD released their summons data or whatever, and they said they gave cyclists more violations than drivers. I think it was like 38,000 or something for cyclists, tickets issued for cyclists, and like 36,000 for drivers, which is, you know, like laughable and all, like you can only laugh, right? Because if you don't laugh, you'll cry at that kind of a statistic. You look at 29 cyclist deaths last year, and this is how the NYPD responds. They put shit in the bike lane and then ignore everybody, you know, then they drive in the bike lane and then they ignore any driver that does anything that threatens people's lives. And then we're like, oh my God, this box truck driver made a U-turn. That's an exception, you know, like if you stood in that area, I mean, I don't know that neighborhood very well, but they said that there's trucks there's tons of construction, there's tons of this kind of behavior. If you just stood there and watched, you'd probably encounter, you know, 100 tickets a day that you could issue if you were like an actively trying to enforce rules. More tickets to cyclists than drivers in the same period. Just think about how freaking crazy that is. Think about how crappy you must be at your job of enforcing drivers, and how you must be doing quotas and things for cyclists. All right, anyway, let me focus here, because this is a disaster. How to deal with this nonsense. Oh, that's great. No, please honk. Honk and yell. Hello? Nope, don't even look. Don't look. PJ Mechanical Service, 94463MJ. This is a guy that doesn't even make eye contact. And then Y102908, just aggressively going between like multiple lanes here. Medallion 9F55. I mean, no violation, but all he's eating. And then we're all in the same place. So this guy over here in the AC van, 340, did a whole bit of honking and yelling. Then you got the guy that almost ran me over, I think one block over. You got to my right, breakfast guy weaving between lanes, and we're all waiting at the red light together, like a family. It's like a child's book. We're all like characters in the, you know, in this fun adventure that we're on together. What are they gonna do? They're gonna honk. They're gonna honk. Because what else do you do in these situations? We're at 30th Street, where the protected bike lane begins. I hope nobody rear ends me. Thank you. Oh man, so much fun. Yeah, I do think I think that would actually make, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here, but a kids book, kind of like you know, those like little adventure books, like what's it, Alexander No Good Horrible Day, like something like that. Eating a banana, hanging out in the intersection. Yeah, like a book like that, like where you have the different characters and they represent sort of different you know, different like characters that you meet along the way. That would be pretty funny, you know, for a like from a cyclist perspective point of view. That's great. Cool. All right. Yeah, you just went through a red light. You're all blocking the intersection. Thanks for watching. This was a fun one. Hopefully I'll be able to record the critical mass tonight. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bike Talk NYC.